Okay. All right. Next up is Asher and Company. Or wait, were we still doing something with Read Magic?
I mean, yeah, that's going on, but that's
Yeah.
it's gonna take time now.
Yeah. Anything for Asher and Company?
Yeah. Asher is going to kind of lie back on the grass um and yeah, like still kind of like be very present in this moment. And she kind of pops her head up and, looks around and smiles. And she'll pull herself to her feet and she will walk on over to where Chandrak and I think Tenzi are. Yeah. Um, and she'll say, it's really nice when we get, moments like this. They're way too far apart. Feels like it's been nothing but craziness and adventure. And I want adventure, I do, but I kind of miss the quiet. She'll just like trail off and stare ahead of her, just standing next to him.
Lao Tzu pipes up and says,
What is Lao Tzu?
I could only imagine the fast-paced life of the adventurer. So stressful, so frustrating.
She nods and says, "Yeah, when we've seen loss, we've had some of our friends die and come back, and we've some of them, go off and retire, and I won't lie, I felt sad and maybe even a little bit betrayed sometimes when that happened. As time goes on, I can almost understand it." And she just kind of, stares ahead and lost in thought.
And Chandrak and Company.
Chandrak will. He will. He will copy his a mirror image into his spellbook.
All right.
And then kind of looks at Asher. Like, yeah. It's a nice breeze. And yeah, I see what you mean. It's kind of a relief just to have some sheep and not some crazy mutant sheep trying to attack us.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, huh? Don't let your guard down.
All right. Anything else for Chandrak?
Ryer's just reading that fly.
All right. Tenzi and Company.
Ashriel will stand on watch. Zalman and Ruckus relaxing in the tent. And Tenzi leaning against the bush in the shade, just looking out at the sunset. And that'll be it for us. Or sunrise, sorry.
Alright. End of round. Wait a minute, the tracker just skipped forward 2 cycles.
I'm
4
fun when you're having
cycles.
fun.
Yeah, it skipped forward 4 cycles. That's crazy. Because reading fly was at -2, and it just went fast forward.
I knew those sheep were evil.
They're stealing our time.
Alright, first up is Asher and Company.
Asher kind of looks at Chandrak and she puts her backpack on the ground and she starts digging through it. And she is going to say, "A time is always so short. I used to read all the time, and now I don't really ever get a chance to anymore. So I've never gotten a chance to read this. And I think you might like it." And she is going to hand Chandrak this.
Oh, that's that neat book we found. Are you sure? You're in that fair and square. I got plenty of magic loot.
She leans forward and she whispers, "Never let them see you coming. Kill them before they know you're there."
That's why it's called My Sword of the Red Velvet.
she winks at him.
Your
Then
friendship,
I'll
your friendship must be very strong. This is a very, very, very powerful gift. You are very lucky,
Asher-
Chandrak.
I feel very lucky. I don't really feel like I earned it.
She's
Sorry, you're
shorter than
breaking
Chandrak. She like
Sorry, you're breaking up. Can you say that again?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
She puts a hand on Chandrak's shoulder and kind of like spins him to face her, and I think he's taller than she is by a fair bit. But she'll like look up into his eyes and say, "You are going to help save the world, time and again and again, for a while, and I know when there's someone special. So, if you earn this now or not, and I think you have, you're going to earn it. And anything I can do to try to keep you safe." She acts like she looks like she's gonna say something else, but then it kind of trails off and says,
All right. Chandrak and Company.
Chandrak kind of pensively takes the book and puts it away and leans down to his open spellbook and copies Dispel Magic into it.
Alright. Tenzi and Company.
Nashville will continue on watch. Ruckus and Zalman relaxing in the tent, the nice dry tent. And Tenzi still watching the sunrise, reflecting on the wonder and glory of Lucius.
Alright. End of round. Time now is 4:06 a.m. And Ryer will finish reading Fly at the end of the round. Lao Tzu sort of places his hands on the shoulders of Asher and Shandrak. And he gets a big smile on his face and kind of shakes them a little bit in happiness. And next up is Asher and Company. Amber, are you there? All right. Whoops. Hello? Amber? All right. Yep, I hear you now. You're coming in a little broken, but that's fine.
Spectrum is the worst. Okay. So yeah, she looks at Lao Tzu and says, thank you. It's been interesting traveling with you. It's been good having you. And she is going to turn to Shandrak again, and say, well, I hope you enjoy the read. And she's going to put her hand out. She kind of gives a mischievous smile, and she puts her hand out to like shake his hand.
And Shadow will, of course, reach out to her hand.
She's gonna take his hand in both of hers and give a handshake. And if I can, I would like to use a sleight of hand to try to slip her ring of invisibility from her own finger onto his without him noticing.
All right. Anything else for Asher?
Oh, that's good.
Shandrak and Company. Lao Tzu says, "Oh, Shandrak disappeared."
Huh?
What?
And you can't see me?
No, you're gone.
You're already getting stealthier.
Sure, yeah, I didn't even need to read the book. And wait, hold on, this is weird. The Chandrak kind of tries to reach down and try cause he's gonna try to reach down and touch his hand and see if he feels anything.
Yeah. How many rings did you have on before?
I had my one ring of wishes on my left hand.
Okay, so now on your ring finger on your right hand, there's a ring.
Chandrak takes the ring off.
And you become visible.
And Chandrak kind of looks at the ring, looks at Asher, is like, "Oh, hold on, what? This? Okay, the book is one thing, but what is this? What's going on, Asher?"
She leans forward and
You need this.
she leans forward and like puts her hand on the back of his neck and like tries to draw his forehead down to her forehead. And she says, I think I'm not gonna need it for a little while. You, I think, will. She repeats what she said earlier. She says, never let them see you coming.
Well, it'll be a lot easier now, but I'm still confused. What are you talking about, Asher? What?
I have a very wise friend who used to say things like, wise men say, never look gift horse in mouth.
I know, but 2 gift horses is spectacular.
She smiles and says, she smiles and says, soon, but it's still such a beautiful morning. Let's not ruin it right now.
Chandrak just kind of balls up his fist in over the ring and gives Asher a big hug.
She hugs him back.
The sun rises a little bit more. Anything else for Chandrak Company?
I just whispered back to her, yeah, they'll definitely never see me coming now.
She gives him a kiss on the cheek.
Chandrak just kind of puts his hands up and can't help but hide his blush.
And Tinsy and Company. It seems like another deal has just gone down. Through the bush, you can kind of see Asher gives Chandrak a couple gifts. Chandrak kind of goes invisible for a second and comes back.
So Asher will continue to guard Ruckus and Zalman stay in the tent. Tenzi looks over and thinks, oh, I'm going to have to get another Sacred Guardian memorized for tomorrow. And continues to look as the sun rises. That'll be it for him.
All right. End of round. And Ryer has completed the reading of the fly spell from Karen Glor's book.
Excellent.
Tome of the Wood. And Lao Tzu reaches his hand out to shake Shandrak's hand as well, and he says, "Congratulations."
What are you shaking my hand for?
Asher looks to see if he disappears again.
Just congratulating you on the reception of your gifts.
Well, it's yeah, they are incredible, certainly. Almost incredible as the person who gave them.
He smiles.
And next up is Asher and company.
She'll pat Shandrak on the shoulder one more time and say, I'll let you get back to studying. And she'll wander over to where she sees Tenzi. And she'll just kind of stand next to him and not look directly at him, just kind of look in the direction that he's looking. They,
Kind of looks like he's looking off towards the east at the sunrise.
She'll stand there a moment and watch the sunrise with him. And says, we really were fortunate the day that you joined us. You've been a steady force and a keen strategist. We're so lucky to have gotten you on board.
To think it's only been around 4 months. All that we have done.
Feels like forever some ways. And I'm an elf, that's saying something.
Indeed. I can't even comprehend how we've come so far.
And she says, well, we teamwork and had persistence and more than a little luck, and found some cool toys along the way. And she kind of hefts off the alchemy jug, which is secured on both ends by a rope, so it kind of like wears it almost like a backpack, and says, "This came in handy as we crossed the desert for sure." And she's going. She will use she'll kind of like produce a canteen and use one of her pourings to pour, I think I can do wine, and she'll kind of like sloppily pour some into the canteen, and she'll take a drink and offer the canteen to Tenzi.
And he probably wouldn't know that wine was poured into it. So he kind of takes a big drug. It's first drink in the morning, and he's like, you see him kind of shiver a little bit and put it down.
It's got a dry taste to it, and you can feel the tannins kind of run over your tongue as you swallow it. It's a dry red wine.
Then he,
Asher, just go ahead. Yeah.
oh, and he'll pass the canteen back and think and say, "A little early for that, isn't it?"
She kind of chuckles and says, "We fight for our lives every day. I'm not sure. I'm not sure there is too early." And she will hand over. She'll kind of offer him the alchemy jug and says, "But I think you'll find a more appropriate use for this going forward."
He'll kind of seems a little confused and said, "But you've been doing a great job with it."
She smiles and says, "Thank you. I think I'm not gonna need it for a while. But I know that you will use it to serve the Order of Superior Star like you always have. That you are always someone who has planned well and who has served well, and I know that leaving there." And she pauses when she says leaving there, and she says, "I know that going forward I can always count on you to provide for their needs, and I think this will help."
As you wish. And he kind of takes a jug and kind of looks it over, and asks if there's anything he needs to know about, like magic or command words or whatever. And I'll just set it on him.
And she will tell him everything he needs to know.
All right. Anything else for Asher and company?
And for now.
All right. Shandrak. So you can hear another good deal going down on the other side of this hedge. There's talk of Asher's alchemy jug.
Chandrak's starting to get very confused now. And Ryer will attempt to learn fly now.
All right. And you raised his intelligence score, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to check.
Yes.
Except it's not 6 pages, it's only 3.
The best you can get. And Ryer will happily hand over 3 1000 GP fire opals to Karenlor.
Which he will take.
And then Chandrak will opening up his new traveling spellbook. He copies
All right. Anything else for Shandrak?
Fireball. Yep. He copies Fireball into his spellbook next.
Nice.
And that's all for me.
Okay, so he's reading Fireball.
No, so sorry, Chandrak copied Fireball into his new spell,
Ah,
and now Ryer would like to begin reading Lightning Bolt.
reading Lightning Bolt, okay. Ryer reading Lightning Bolt. And that one is 7 pages. All right. Tansy and Company.
Asheville continuing to guard, Zalman resting. Tenzi's kind of looks away from Asher into the sunrise again and thinks about what's going on, and he thinks even that there's something going on he hasn't quite figured out yet, and he looks over at Asher again and says, are you okay?
She nods and smiles and says, I am. A little sad, but yeah, I'm okay.
How's the canteen coming?
She takes another swig. It's coming along just fine. And she'll hand it, offer him another drink from it.
And he does take if he gets the canteen back, he takes like a sip. He's a little more circumspect with it, and then puts it back.
All right.
All for us.
End of round. And Lao Tzu says, so Shandrak, what are you going to do with your new gifts?
Oh, well. But, yeah, with this ring, there's Tanari will definitely never see me coming when I'm slitting their throats and preventing them from bringing the blood war to this plane. And this book will, it'll take time, but this is a great boon to my skills.
Oh, yes. Very great boon. You should be thankful.
I'm beyond thankful. I'm kind of confused, really. I mean, this is, Asher's, ring. Like, this is her ring. The book is one thing, but why would she give me her ring?
Sometimes the adventurer's life can be stifling. I sense Asher has some news to share with us. Perhaps later today. Who knows? And Asher and Company.
Asher will take another swig from the canteen and says, and speaking of keeping everyone safe, and she's gonna rifle through her things and pull out a cube and says, this helps from time to time as well. And she'll offer it to Tenzi, Darren's Instant Fortress.
So he takes it, kind of looks at it, and says, yes, we've used this quite a few times to good effect.
She says, we haven't sought its refuge very often, but it might come in handy going forward. I think you would be a good wielder of this as well. She's going to offer it to him, and And before like he can like say anything, like she starts like getting into the practical stuff, like, okay, so here's like how big it is, and then it's gonna do this, and like just kind of like spouts off the technical stuff before like before he could answer any questions. But obviously she can't go on that way forever, so she'll just kind of like, and here's what the magic word is.
Why don't I don't know why I should have this. You've been using it very well. Has it become too much of a burden for you?
Asher says, I have been feeling a burden, yes. Yes. Thank you for sharing this burden with me.
He doesn't quite understand, but his head nods as if he does, and he takes it.
So it's a cube about the size of a Rubik's cube. I think it's made of black metal. And it should probably weigh, what, 3 pounds? Is that what it was in your inventory?
It was 1 pound in my inventory.
1 pound? Okay, 1 pound. Anything else for Asher and Company?
No, that's good.
Okay. Next up is Chandrak and Company.
Rai is reading Lightning Bolt, and Chandrak uses his final copy of the day to put Lance of Disruption into his new spellbook.
Nice. That's an awesome spell.
And then Chandrak closes his spellbooks and puts them all back in his bag, and puts his backpack back on. And then he'll, he won't be able to go anywhere, but he'll slip the ring on and go invisible.
Oh. Where did you go? All right.
And Chandrak just, doesn't say anything.
Okay.
That's all for me.
Tenzi and Company.
Natural still guarding, Salman resting with Ruckus. And Tenzi kind of looks away from Asher, looks back at the sunrise, and he, like, absentmindedly is, like, touching the jug and the cube. He has him just sitting next to him. And he's just kind of staring off, thinking right now. That'll be for him.
All right. End of round. And there's spells and time. Oh. Chandrak must have used that new ring of his. I think I will go and join the others. And Lao Tzu kind of steps. Oh. Save. Spell. Almost tripping over Chandrak's boots. He kind of makes his way over towards this big hedge and he like pushes his way through. And actually, as he pushes his way through, the bush kind of like opens up around him, and he walks through it. And Tenzi and Asher, you can hear like creaks behind you of the, I guess, branches of this hedge open up, and Lao Tzu is produced from inside, and he kind of comes over and rests against the branches of the hedge with you. And next up is Asher.
Asher's eyes get a little wider and says, well, shortest distance between 2 points, I guess.
Oh, yes.
Trick.
One of the benefits of being a powerful druid is the pass without trace power.
Asher says, well, I have to train every now and then to get a little bit more experienced, a little bit more comfortable with my body and my abilities. So I've definitely seen some people in my line of work who can practically move through things, I think, but and some of them can even wield a little bit of magic. Maybe one day I'll learn something like that.
Oh, perhaps.
And she looks back at Tenzi and says, she looks at his, I think Tenzi is wearing a girdle of giant strength, right?
Yeah, on the outside of his robe of displacement.
And says, I don't think you'll benefit from this, but perhaps someone under your command will. And she unfastens a girdle of stone giant strength from around her waist. Says to keep them safe, like you always have, and like I know you always will. Let's talk over breakfast.
He just kind of stammers. Oh, okay.
And after he takes it, she'll lean forward and kiss him on the cheek. And then she kind of like waves her follower and her hench people over to the campfire. Settles in, and she's speaking quietly to them. That'll be good for my turn.
All right. And next up is Chandrak and Company.
Chandrak is going to Featherfoot to the south, and in the kind of next to the tent, and kind of hearing after bringing her people around, he's gonna listen in on what she's gonna say. And Ryer's just reading.
Okay. And anything else for Shandrak and Company?
That's all. I was just reading.
Tenzi and Company.
Patrol guarding Zalman and Ruckus resting. And Tenzi just kind of sitting there. He's holding out. He has his hands out with the girdle in it, and he's motionless. All he does is looks at that, looks over to Asher, and looks at her speak with other people, and he just kind of sets the girdle down in his lap and just looks off into the sun.
These are very powerful gifts. Your friendship with Asher must be very strong.
Yes, she's like the sister I never had. Maybe more so.
You have been through very much together.
Indeed we have. Many companions and many miles.
She must care for you very much.
As I do for her.
And end of round. Well, I think it may be time to go and join the others by the campfire. I will see you there. And Lao Tzu kind of walks through the hedge as its branches part to allow him to pass. And he takes a seat by the fire over here. And the Shawnee siblings come over to the fire, as well as the Kitate gaining Hayashuso no Hangmai, and they gather around the fire. And the warmth of the fire feels nice. It's probably pretty cold, as it's been raining all night, and the wind is starting to pick up. That warm fire feels pretty nice. Next up is Asher and Company.
Asher looks as Lao Tzu and the siblings kind of like gather around her group, and then she looks like dead at Chandrak's position and raises an eyebrow. That she and she stares her for a few seconds, but then she smiles and she waves. Says, "I guess now's as good a time as any. Enzi, you come over too. That'll be good for now."
Shandrak and Company.
Jandrak will sheepishly take the ring off, become visible. Like, yeah, you're good. You're good, Cutter. Yeah, and that's why it's better to use the ring and hide in shadows.
She nods. Now you're getting it.
And Chandrick will he'll see his Ryer's still busy, so he'll kind of wave over just Moen and Airdrin. And yeah, Chandrick's just looking at Asher, and that's all for me.
Okay. Tenzi and Company.
During Asher's call, Tenzi will come over and call out for Zalman and Asriel to come out. But he stands here, but he's not watching Asher because he's still on duty and he feels the compulsion to continue to be on watch. So and Asriel will come over and Zalman and Ruckus.
All right. End of round. Spells in time. And Lao Tzu says, well, it looks like just about everyone is here. Asher, do you have something to say? And Asher and Company.
She says she looks down and looks in the direction of Tenzi and sees that he's still watching, and she kind of smiles and nods, and says, I've been on the road for a good while now, and I have helped fight many evils, and she kind of raises her voice to make sure that Tenzi can hear her. She says, I have never felt closer to companions as I have to all of you. And I've been thinking for some time now, and here in the quiet of this beautiful morning, with Grand Druid's fresh kill lying mere yards from us, I'm thinking that it's been exciting, and I like exciting. And there's been danger. I kind of like danger. There's been death, and we never get to stop for long because we're always in some crisis. Even now, I think, well, we have to stop Tenebris, but then there'll be a new great evil, and then there'll be another and another, and I'm an elf. I'll hopefully live for a long time, but there'll always be another, and there never will be a good time to take a break. And I think I want to. And because I know you guys so well, and I care about you so well, and I trust you so much, I feel like I can trust the fate of the world in your hands, even if I step away to take a break. I know that you will persevere. And she looks at Chandrak and says, and you have that fancy sending spell, so if you ever need me, I will come.
I'm always just I can always send you a message for now and again. I'll be checking up on you.
smiles and says, "I hope you guys visit. Well, we'll stick to the docks you guys know, and I'll you can send me a message, and I'll let you know where we're at, and you can visit us on the Ivory Dagger, and we'll get into a little trouble now and then for old time's sake. And this might not be goodbye forever. Just goodbye for now, I think." That'll be good for now.
Okay. Shandrak and Company.
Oh, Asher. Yeah. I think we can do it. It'll definitely be harder without you, but you know what? You've earned a break. You absolutely earned a break. And before you go sailing off into the seven seas, though, I do have some of my research materials and treasure I'd like to get off the dagger.
Absolutely. Oh, and keep Chelinor. He's got some of the loot we've accumulated on this travel. Need something fenced? You know where to find me.
Absolutely. If you are leaving too, and all your people are leaving, do you think we'll be able to hold on to those magic items that Flandreau has been holding on to?
Let me check his inventory. I don't remember what he has.
He's been saving those up for his magic item hoard.
I think there may be
Yeah.
something. Oh yeah, there are some things he was just holding in trust.
Oh, okay.
She nods and says, "Yeah, we'll put the things that don't belong to him. We'll store them on Chelinor.
Chelinor?
My mule. I'll gift him to you. He's got a bunch of things, art objects and stuff from our most recent adventures already."
Yeah. Geez, Asher, this is... Man. I'm gonna miss you.
You too.
And Shannon just kind of comes over again and puts his hand on your shoulder.
She'll put her hand on your hand.
Yeah, that's good for now.
And Tenzi and Company.
Tenzi's just kind of standing still. He hasn't turned around to like acknowledge what he's heard yet. He's just kind of standing there processing it all and trying to understand it.
All right. End of round. Lao Tzu says, well, Asher, in the short time that I have known you, you have been a good and true friend, and I will definitely miss you.
Smiles and says, "I'll miss you too. I can tell you're gonna keep the group on their toes. Somebody's got to."
I hope you come back in time for my fire temple.
She laughs out loud and says, maybe.
First
And
to Shirahai.
Asher and Company.
Yep. Can't blame the man for being focused. And so yeah, she'll just kind of crisscross applesauce. No, we'll sit with her like legs extended in front of her on the grass and just place her hands behind her and lean back and say, this is no, let's not make it a bigger deal than it has to be. But this is.
Can you guys hear the sheep sound? Or did I break Discord again? Uh-oh. That was weird. I was in the Discord channel, but not. Can you hear the sheep sound?
Yeah.
And now.
Okay. Sorry, could you repeat what you said the last 10 seconds? I was unable to hear it.
She asked Brine Druid to go and move the items that we told Chandrak we would into our saddlebags, and he moves over there and starts working on that.
All right. Chandrak and Company.
Yeah, Chandra. Yeah, I think he just returns back to looking at the dawn sun, and he says to Asher, you know, I told Tenzi earlier, where I come from in Sigil, we don't have a sun like this. It rises up and sets in darkness.
What do you have?
Just kind of a light that's always constant, and sometimes it gets, kind of similar to noon, where it's really bright, and then when it's kind of nighttime, it's basically just dusk. It's never really night like it is here.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah, this is a cool plane. I'm glad, when whatever happened, fell into the portal in Sigil, there really is anywhere in the universe, anywhere in the multiverse I could have ended up. And I feel pretty dang lucky I ended up here with you guys.
You were beyond fortunate. You've saved my life so many times, Chandrak, and I don't know what we would have done without you. And you've been a steady friend and such a talented magician and thief. And she winks at him. Even better now, I reckon. She says, we were fortunate to have you, and I hope you make it home, but somehow I'm sorry that you got lost for whatever happened, but I'm not sorry you got lost with us.
Me too. And I'll find my way back eventually. By the time I do, they'll be so shocked. Little old Chandrak come like a archmage. They'll know it. No.
Did you have any bullies? We could start with them.
Oh, there were people. I don't know if I call them bullies, but they were just jealous that I was smarter than them.
Always like that.
And Tenzi and Company.
Mhm. Enzi will turn and go to Asher. But you'll be on your boat, right?
Oh yeah. Hey, get into some small scrapes here and there, maybe do a little bit of sailing, but we'll stick to the ports you guys know so that you guys can join us if you ever need to.
He nods and seems less tense as he turns around to go back and on launch.
Alright. End of round. Spells in time. Lao Tzu kind of speaks up and says, well, getting into the enemy's stronghold is going to be much more difficult now with only one thief. I wonder if we should think about maybe using a more direct approach.
Well, we could try, but I'm still a master thief. You only need one of those.
Perhaps. And Asher and Company.
And Asher says, "What'd you have in mind?"
Well, these samurai are heading to a local daimyo. I'm assuming the daimyo is a loyalist to Ushas.
They said he
But-
was, yes.
Well, perhaps this daimyo would be willing to join our cause.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
It may be
Certainly.
worth a try.
He shrugs his shoulder
Well-
and says, "Up to you guys now."
Though I'm sure a direct assault would take some convincing. Maybe we should offer a bribe.
To the Shogun?
No, the daimyo, the loyalist.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe. We could always sweeten the pot.
And one of the Ronin speaks up and says, "You speak of bribing our future lord?"
No. It's merely a gift and a boon for future endeavors against the Shogun.
Well, perhaps he could use it to hire more soldiers anyways. Then we would have a better chance to overthrow the Shogun. And Shandrak and Company. That was this guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
What do we say?
How much gold do you think would hire an army, a decent army. How much? I don't know. I've never attempted to. Never thought of such a thing before. I'll have to think about it, I guess.
Lao Tzu says, mercenary soldiers are not cheap. Very, very expensive and very, very rare in these parts. But I'm sure it can be done for the right price.
We'll see. And I think that's all for me this round.
And Tenzi and Company.
Tenzi will go back to sitting under a tree or bush where he was before, guarding. And as he walks away, you can hear him muttering under his breath, "She'll still be at the silver dagger. Or ivory dagger. She'll still be at the ivory dagger." And that'll be it for us.
Okay. End of round. And at the end of this round, Ryer will finish reading the lightning bolt spell. And the avatar let's see. So, the typical archer Ronin expects 4 gold as a monthly wage. And the typical sword fighter Ronin, 2 gold. Archers are much more valuable in war. And remember, we would be sieging the capital. There are many soldiers there. Many samurai. But perhaps many Ronin too. Perhaps the capital itself would be a good place to hire mercenary samurai.
If we enter without a fuss.
Maybe we should infiltrate the city first before making a direct attack upon the Shogun's castle. You know, to see what the atmospherics are with the local population.
Yeah,
Oh,
certainly.
Shandrak, great at reconnaissance.
Yeah, certainly. That's what I was hoping to do, but check out the city. In fact, I was even hoping to, maybe even check out the farmlands of the city, because there might be the Zera clan may have a demonomicon there.
Ah, yes. That is true. And next up is Asher and company.
As Aosu and Shandrak are discussing tactics, Asher just kind of watches them and you know, allows herself to be kind of present but outside of things, and just kind of smiles fondly and is feeling proud of, you know, how her companions have really come into their own, and just watches and takes it in.
All right. Shandrak and company.
Yeah, Shadro's gonna say, hey Asher, hold still. I'd like to give you a parting gift. I don't think I've done this for you, so I'm going to make you a little more fireproof while you're on your own. And Shandrak will begin casting Proofing versus Combustion onto Asher's Armor of Lending.
She smiles up at him. It's very kind, thank you.
And you know, when I do one day become a great Archmage, pretty sure this spell will be good enough to proof the Ivory Dagger.
She sucks in a breath. Promise.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Your ship will be able to withstand an errant fireball.
Maybe I'll have an even bigger ship by then.
Yeah.
You guys notice the group of sheep keeps getting bigger and bigger, and they come over and start eating on the hedge that Tenzi is standing in.
We're sure these are normal sheep, yeah?
I mean, Atrial doesn't sense any evil coming from them. No one's really looked at them with true seeing or anything like that.
The group, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next. Oh. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Next up is Tenzi.
Will fly back to go and be on watch. Tenzi, like, he sees the sheep coming up and he's like, oh man, they look cuddly, but then they're like all around him, and now he's like, I can't see anything but sheep. So
Yeah.
he gets up and and moves out of the bush.
They stink too. Like, you can smell their droppings as they're like walking around and stuff, and their fur is wet. It's like it just stopped raining, so the ground is really damp. Their fur is wet. They're like dripping wet, and you know, as the wind picks up, you can smell like their musk and their oils and stuff, and it smells kind of like a wet dog mixed with like cow poop.
And then Zalman is going to dismount from Ruckus and say, all right, boy, you can have a hearty breakfast. And Ruckus will charge over and grab one of the sheep.
And he just sinks his teeth right into it, around the back of the neck, and shakes it, and you can hear this as its neck breaks and he brings it back over to his master.
He rubs his head. Good boy. Now that's all for you. And that'll be it for us.
Okay. And end of round, and Ryer has finished reading Lightning Bolt, and first up is Asher and Company.
Asher's just gonna, unless somebody, kind of engages her, she's just watching and waiting until it's about breakfast time, and is looking over at the sheep, and she gets a little bit nervous. She'll ask Varen. It's like, oh, look at those. And Varen will cast True Seeing and look at the sheep.
Okay. He sees sheep. Yeah, they look like normal sheep.
They're sheep. What do you
want?
want?
They have
They're sheep.
they have like fuzzy gray halos around their heads.
They're not evil sheep. Okay.
That's good. They don't look like it, but that's good.
Hey, Varen gives like a long suffering sigh, like, this is what I signed up for. That's good.
Alright, next up is Shandrak.
Alright, Ryer will roll to learn Lightning Bolt. Yes.
Kablamo! And
Okay.
you are able to copy it down in your book. And that version is 7 pages, not 4. All right, anything else for Shandrak and Company?
Shandrak is just doing his enchantment on Asher, and then Ryer finally kind of looks up, sees everyone all over here, and comes to Karangor and says, it worked. Here's another 3 fire opals worth 1,000 GP.
Karen Glor gets a big smile on his face.
I am pleased that you were able to master these concepts. May they serve you well. And he pockets the fire opals.
I imagine they will. Thank you very much. And then Lyra kind of looks at everyone, kind of being somber, and Chandrak's like, I'll tell you. I'll head tell it to you later.
And Tenzi and Company.
Tenzi and Asriel will guard, and Ruckus doesn't look somber. He looks very happy as he chews on his breakfast. And that'll be it for us.
All right. End of round. And Lao Tzu just kind of starts throat singing. And sets his staff across his lap. Next up is Asher and Company.
Asher starts poking at her new proofed against combustion armor, and she reaches forward like she's gonna take a burning stick out of the fire, but Jim like stops her.
It's actually more effective against normal fire than magical fire.
She looks at Jim like, huh? And Jim says, not on purpose. Later. That's all.
And Shandrak and Company.
And Chandrak satisfied, and Ryer very satisfied. My people will begin kind of going back around the perimeter just to ensure good guarding. And whoop, I picked up a sheep.
Oopsie daisy.
And Chandrak will just he'll just stay where he's at and kind of half guard, half just enjoy the morning breeze.
All right, and Tenzi and Company.
Yeah, we're just gonna stand guard until the next, whatever the next thing is.
Okay. So you guys' next thing is the Heroes Feast, and then move on, right?
I believe so.
Okay. So I'll roll encounters for the 26th. I don't think that I did that. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. So the wind, it picks up to a gale. So very, very, very fast winds. Gale is even faster than storm winds. Except there's no precipitation at this time. And let's see, rules. Wind effects. So gale force winds are 32 to 54 miles per hour. And they drive it's not quite as strong as storm. Okay. But drives man-sized flying creatures from the skies and causes minor ship damage. Okay. And so you're traveling along. And time now is 9 a.m. Oh. So the sun comes out, it's shining bright. But there's this super stupid strong wind. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna say that these creatures give you +6 bonus to your surprise roll, and you give them +2. All right. So you managed to get the drop on 2 reptilian gargantua.
You're saying they weren't stealthy.
So, you are able to get within 2 squares of them. 1, 2. Wait a minute. I didn't flip this one upside down. Let's see. Advanced. Flip horizontal. Advanced. Flip vertical. So you catch them heading east away from you. And you are right behind them, and they look like... So I got a new token for these. They look a lot more like an actual reptile now. Alright. And... let's see, there's something about that red circle. I think that might be their tail length. Pretty sure that's their tail length. But are you able to see the red circle?
I'm still on the old map.
Okay.
with the sheep.
So many sheep.
Yeah,
So
there's a
new
lot of sheep.
map.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
You are able to get the drop on 2 Gargantua. Oh, and I need to give you experience for the sheep because you survived an encounter with the sheep. All right, so there were 59 sheeps. And a sheep. A sheep is worth 35 points.
Glad we made
Yeah.
Just touch your goal.
it.
3 player characters. Come on, chat log. There were 10 warriors and 7 bards, I think. Yeah, 10 warriors. Or, sorry. 10 NPCs, 7 warriors and bards. I'm going to say 2 of them were defeated. 2 hit dice. Warriors and bards in the party was 7. All right. So now, about 5 hours later, you've been traveling for a while, a couple hours, I think, and you get the drop on 2 reptilian kaiju headed east away from you. Oh yeah, and it's a stealth round, that's right. So stealth, bam. And then yeah, everybody gets 1 action. So let's roll initiative, and actually I need to flip all the horses over, don't I? So back.
The day, right?
Say again.
Is it a gale today, did you say?
Yes, today is Gale. Large
Super
creatures can still fly. He can still fly because
Okay.
he's large, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. The Kidate Guinean's gonna hop off of her horse during the surprise. No. No, she's not. She's got a bow, I think. She's got a Chokuno. So she pulls out this light crossbow and a magazine, like a ammunition magazine. And she slides it into the top of this crossbow. And she kind of attaches it to her belt. Like the buttstock attaches to her belt. And she sets the front of it basically like against the top of her horse's head. And turns her horse towards one of the kaiju.
Sorry, I forget. So in surprise rounds, can we just do our actions right now, or do we roll and do it in order that like we have it?
I'm gonna have you do it in order.
Okay.
Yeah. Because there's so many people. And then the Ronin are going to use their katana, I guess. Because they're high masters, so.
So Shandrak is able to slip the ring on right at the end, at the start of the round.
Yeah, so over the course of the last couple hours, you've had time to kind of mess with it. And you can tell that it's like, yeah, as soon as you slip it on, you know, you become invisible. And then attacking while it's on makes you visible for the rest of the round. And then you just turn invisible again when the new round begins. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm stretching. Stretch, stretch, stretch. All right. And let's see. Lao Tzu is going to... Yeah, Lao Tzu is going to cast Strength of Stone. Spells. I can't remember what level that is. 3. Oh, that was strength of 1. Jeez, okay. Strength. Strength of stone, I think, is level 2. Dang it. Maybe it's level 1. Yes, it is level 1. Jeez. Raise the strength of target 216 or by 1, whichever is higher. For 13 rounds. Okay. Okay, is anyone still rolling? Alright, here we go. So the avatar of Lao Tzu casts Strength of Stone and raises his strength to 16 for 13 rounds. Ishani Furuse, that's the male. Ronin rides up behind this reptilian gargantua and is going to attack. High Mastery with his katana two-handed, and he's going to shout, "Hey-ya!" So shorter melee, same elevation, no mod, and no mod. And that is surprised AC, so 0 versus AC 2 is a hit, and he causes 14 damage. To that reptilian kaiju. Alright, next up is Erdrin.
Erdrin will get off of his horse and hide behind shadows behind it.
Alright. And Shandrak.
Shandrak is going to try to slip off of his horse. Can. Then he'll Featherfoot just a couple squares. Get at the back of this thing and try to backstab this big boy.
Yep, you get your backstab. They do, in fact, have spines. They are vertebrate, living vertebrate creatures that are on the prime material plane. Or at least the same plane you're on.
There we go.
Yep, -5 beats AC2, and you cause 63 damage to which one?
The north one.
The north one. Okay. And it will have to make a saving throw versus death or die from
Mhm. Massive damage.
massive damage.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so save versus death magic. And they count as warrior 17 plus. Not multi-classed or triple-classed. And he does not die, or it does not die.
All right.
And I think they're really stupid. Yeah, they're really stupid. All right. Jim.
M is going to cast Spiritual Hammer.
Spiritual hammer.
He's going to try to hit the injured. Sorry, the one that's more injured.
That's the north one now. And then how
Yeah.
long does his spiritual hammer last?
14 rounds. Oh, there's something wrong with the code, I think.
Oh yeah, I took those off. You're just supposed to use your weapon table for
Oh, okay.
spell attacks now. I forgot to delete that one apparently, or remove it from the spell template. That is.
That's right. It is on the my weapon table. I just forgot.
Yeah, the reason I did that is because I changed the attack macros so much that you kind of have to use your character sheet.
We are still under Heroes Feast.
Yeah. So find spiritual. Uh, 14 rounds. And you said you attacked the most damaged one, which is the one on the north. It is surprised AC, and you managed. Look at all those crits. Every single one was a crit. That's awesome. So you managed a confirmed crit. And cause 8 damage because he's a gargantuan creature. And next up is Karenglor.
Aranglor is going to cast Lower Resistance on the one to the south.
Okay.
That lasts 20 rounds.
I'll call it red dot. Let's see, red dot one. Red dot 1 lower. Let's see. Karenglor's lower resistance. Right. And 20 rounds. I don't see how much it gets lowered. I think I need to reprogram that one. Or rewrite that one, because it's not showing how much it gets lowered. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
looking to see if it's in Purple Worm.
Yeah, it looks like it's if it's successful, it's 30% plus 1% of the wizard level, and the monster has to save with half its magic resistance.
Okay. It works 100% because this gargantua doesn't have magic resistance. Okay. But I suppose he wouldn't gain experience for it because there was no magic resistance to lower.
Okay.
Okay. Ishani Kojiwa. The female Ronin is now going to ride in support of her brother and attack with her katana. High mastery. And she shouts out, Hiya! Wielding her katana two-handed. Short of melee, same elevation, no mod against the monster's surprised AC. She rolls a natural 20, causing 29 damage
Go off clean.
to the
Yeah.
kaiju. Anatar.
He's going to cast Hold Monster on the one to the south. And since it's just one, I'm going to save at a -3.
With an additional -2, because he is surprised. So that will be a total of -4. Or sorry, -5. Save versus spell. -5. Warrior 17 plus. Not multi-classed, not triple-classed. And it successfully saves. And Atar gains no experience. Next up is Asher.
Going to slide off her horse and attempt to hide in shadows behind it.
Okay. Checks. Thief skill. Hide in shadows. No modifier. And next up is Ashriel. Ashriel senses no evil coming from these reptilian gargantua.
And there's a gale wind, so he can't fly because he's man-sized, correct?
Oh, yeah, that is correct, yeah.
So he's just dismounting.
Okay.
Actually, and I'm gonna dismount, but I'm gonna hold. I could maybe take an action at the end of the round because that's just dismounting is just movement, right?
If you successfully roll a horsemanship check, it is just movement.
Oh, okay. Then he'll just be done there.
Oh, does that mean that Asher can't hide this round? I may have jumped the gun there.
Oh, you didn't pass a writing check?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, that was jumping the gun. If you don't pass a writing check, dismounting is your full action.
Okay.
But it's it's a full move action, like the it's a no move action, but the horse can move. So you can, go up to full movement of the horse and then dismount and stop there.
Okay.
Mad Moen.
Okay. I think he will just charge forward at the nearest big boy at him and join these two samurai. Take a big swing. That two-handed axe.
Okay, -10 beats AC2 and you cause 16 damage. Ryer.
Ryer is going to cast a fireball in between these two guys.
All right.
Fire's a badass now that he can read magic and copy.
Mm-hmm. Fortunate that some very important spell to learn.
I'm just gonna roll a group save for them. No modifier, warrior 17 plus. Not multi-classed or triple-classed. They save and take, let's see, 28, 14 damage each. Bombosa.
Weird question, and feel free to say no. Could Bombosa hide in shadows behind the enemy itself since it's so large, like kind of like hiding right behind its giant foot or something?
So the monster is currently unaware that you're there. So if you wanted to make a backstab, you could just ride up to it and make your backstab.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you were to
Alright, well,
try to hide behind its leg or something, like take cover against its leg or, take concealment against its leg, that would be giving away your position because you're entering its square. It can
Okay.
feel you. It can sense you.
No worries. Alright, we will try to take a backstab here then. Probably can take his other 3 movement to get away with an opportunity attack.
Alright, so minus -8 beats AC2, and you cause 31 damage with your backstab with your darn din. Minus 31. Enter. And the Kirite Ginin. Oh, that's right. She is a ninja. So she has backstab. So she is going to wait till the end of the round. She's switching off of her Chokuno. And actually, she's just going to roll a backstab with her Chokuno. Yeah, okay. Backstab. Chokuno. Yeah, called shot. So -4 for the called shot. And she counts as a level 8 thief. 7 versus AC2 is a miss. Next up is Zalmond.
Zalmond urges Ruckus forward, and he leaps, and they do a heavy lance charge to this one to the north.
All right. And it's surprised AC. So 6 versus AC2 is a miss. And Brian Druid.
Going to 90-degree turn. Glide down to land here.
And you take your bite against the north one?
Yes.
Alright, surprise AC 2 versus 2 is a hit, and you cause 20 damage. Alright, Tinsy.
How tall are the creatures?
They are 100 feet tall. Imagine Godzilla.
Okay, then I'm casting a blade barrier. It's going to be 90 feet in the air and 90 feet away from 90 feet away from me. So like there, and it'll be 60-foot square.
You said blade barrier?
Yep.
Alright. Haven't used that in a while.
Last 2 times I got interrupted while casting it. I finally got one off.
Yeah. Let's see. Spell Aries. And that's Priest 4? No?
6.
6, okay.
6.
Yeah, those casting times on priest pills brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Blade.
pretty much it. It's 90 feet in the air, so people can still go under it or whatever.
Art.
Yeah, range is 90 feet, duration 48 rounds, ear effect 5. And Tenzi gets 600 points.
Okay. So they can save to avoid damage.
Alright, I'm going to roll group save for them. Save versus spell. I am going to give them a -2 to their save because they're surprised. And they count as warrior 17 plus. Not multiclassed or triple classed. And they save, so that means that they get out of the AoE of the spell.
Let's see. I think they just avoid damage. I don't think they're displaced.
Okay. And if they make their save, they don't
they
take
escape.
any damage?
Yeah, and they do escape the area
Okay.
by the shortest possible route.
Alright, and then Varen.
Going to cast Flame Strike on the one to the north.
Nice.
Full damage is 30.
The damage for what is 30?
Full damage if they don't save is 30. If they do save, it's halved.
Okay. And you're casting it at the one to the north?
Correct.
Okay. So save versus spell at -2. You're 17 plus. And he saved, so that's 15 damage.
Yep.
All right. End of round.
You said that ninja was. Oh no, she took it at bad stab.
Yeah,
Ninja was holding back.
she ended up shooting her shot. Okay. Someone else is waiting though. I thought it was Ashriel.
Yeah, but he had to give that up because he dismounted.
Okay. All right. Initiative phase. And of course, stealth round is over. And then who needs multiple attacks? I know Moen does.
Yep.
Ashriel will.
I think Solomon does too, yeah?
Yeah.
Ashriel. Karenglor too, yeah?
Yep. Also, Anatar and Varen, please.
Anatar. 2 for Varen.
Yes, please.
The samurai. Also so the samurai are using key power again. And attacking with the katana two-handed. And the Kitate ninja is gonna attack from a distance with her Chokuno. And the reptilian gargantua are now aware of your presence and turn to face. The avatar of Lao Tzu is going to attack with his staff. And he drops down into a martial arts stance. Anyone with style analysis can tell what the style is. But for now, he gets 2 staff attacks. And is anyone still rolling? All right. So I'm ordering the turn order, and I gotta adjust the Ronin. Ishani Furuse. Ishani Kojewa. And the ninja. Oh yeah, Avatar of Lao Tzu also has a multiple. Where's that ninja gal? There she is. All right. Sorting one more time. So we got red dot 1, Karen Glor's lower resistance. I'll just remove that from the tracker because it didn't do anything. We got Jim's Spiritual Hammer has... Should have 13 rounds left. And why do I have it on there twice? Okay, Lao Tzu Strength of Stone has 11 rounds left. Time now is 9:01 a.m. First up is Shandrak. You there, Shandrak?
Yep. So Shandrak slips the ring back on, and then Featherfoot around the blade barrier. Well, actually, I guess under it.
So I believe the blade barrier is actually a square. I know it looks like a circle, but that there should be a black square that you can see around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Shandrak will stab at his toe again.
All right. Very nice. Oh, but it's only 18 damage. 18. All right. So Furuse says, "Hiya!" And uses a high mastery key attack with his katana two-handed against the southern kaiju. And they are front. It's front shieldless attack. So he did roll a crit thanks to his high mastery. And he does 24 damage to that kaiju. Minus 24. Next up is Jim.
It's gonna go with his spiritual hammer again at the one to the north.
So there's this. Oh, I'm not using Project Jump Gate, so I don't have the new effects tools. Or do I?
Gotta hit that again. I forgot to add this one from Pharaoh's Feast. Alright, there we go.
So this is an attack from Karenglor.
Oh, I must have hit the wrong one. Sorry about that. Let's see. Hammer. This one. There we go.
All right. That is the one to the north.
Yes, please.
Okay. So yeah, that's front shieldless. So 0 versus AC 2 hits, and you cause 3 damage. Now it's Karenglor's turn.
Anglor is gonna ride up. Here. A sword attack using Blade Song as well as Pharaoh's Beast bonus.
Wait, I think I only rolled initiative for one kaiju. Find kaiju. Yeah, I did. Wow. Okay, Karenglor with his medium longsword +5 runs up to attack the kaiju to the north. It is front shieldless attack, so -1 beats AC 2, and you cause 10 damage. Okay. Anatar.
Going to run up to that kaiju as well. He can attack with his longsword.
Alright, shieldless -1 beats AC 2, and you cause 17 damage. As you slash open that kaiju's leg. Okay, Ishani Kojewa. Just gonna get a little closer to this kaiju. And she's gonna use a high mastery two-handed katana attack. With ki. Hi-ya! Alright, front shieldless. She manages a crit and does 25 damage. Bombosa.
Is this area was got some bushes in it? Is that scrubby enough to hide in?
Sure. Yeah. Yep.
Sweet. That's what he's gonna try to do.
Just about anything. I mean, even comical stuff. Like if there's a rug in the middle of the room, you like lift it up, crawl underneath it, and hide it in it. Yeah.
I'm a stealthy burrito.
Stealthy burrito. Thief skills. Hide in shadows. Airdrin.
Erdrin is hiding in shadows behind his horse.
All right. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I got bullets in my tummy.
Hopefully.
Hide in shadows. Avatar of Lao Tzu runs up to... It's going to run up to the southern kaiju and attack with his staff. Okay, shieldless -10 beats AC2, causing 2 damage. -2, enter. However, anyone hit by the staff of Lao Tzu's avatar must save versus paralyzation or be permanently paralyzed. Nothing short of a wish can counter this curse.
Whoa.
Saving throw versus paralyzation. Warrior 17 plus. Successful save. Next up is Varen.
And I come up to the southern kaiju. Yeah. And we'll go sword. And then shield. Flash clay. And should I bother with talons?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Varen attacks with his Talon. 3 versus AC2 is a miss. His other Talon, -5 versus AC2 is a hit for 4 damage. That's 4. And the shield, -1 beats AC2, causing 10 damage. And the sword, -15, definitely beats AC2 for 9. All right, Tenzi.
Cast Vengeful Strike on Ashriel.
Ashriel. Okay. His red circle now becomes his Vengeful Strike motes. And then how many motes does he get? 16?
Yep, 16 for 160 rounds.
Okay. Tenzi cast Vengeful Strike on Ashriel. 100 and what rounds?
60.
160. And Tenzi gets what, 400 or 500 points?
Yep, 400. Yep.
400. Asher.
Asher is going to come up behind his horse. That's further than I thought. Down again, real quick. Alright, yeah, she'll hide behind Ryer's horse.
All right. Checks. Thief skills. Hide shadows. No modifier. Brian Druid.
He's gonna bite. Oh, push it out there. 12 is enough? Alright. Now we'll bite.
All right. Brian Druid bites. Shieldless front. -3 beats AC2. Causes 20 damage to the kaiju. To the north. You can see his green bar is whittling down to nothing now. Ashriel. And Ashriel's not enlarged, is he? Mic check.
I'm sorry, no.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he gets a +2 for charging.
Yes. And then he loses his dex bonus. Shieldless 2 versus AC2 hits. You cause 9 damage with your Nodachi. Mad Moen.
He will swing at the beast in front of him.
Swing away. Okay, shieldless -1 beats AC 2. You cause 13 damage. As you hack into your enemy. And Ryer.
Ryer will set off a second fireball, this time just at the kaiju to the north.
Alright. Go ahead and roll damage. You don't have to drop the token because it's so huge you can't really miss it. Okay. And I get to save versus spell as Warrior 17 plus.
Was it a -2?
For
Oh
what?
no, that's not spiked anymore. No, never mind.
It succeeded and takes 16 damage. And next up is Almond.
Zalmond again urges Ruckus forward and a heavy lance charge onto the one to the north.
Alright, you get a +2 to hit with your heavy lance charge. Just so you know, you are moving through the blade barrier right there.
No, it's the blade barrier's up in the air. It's
Oh,
90
that's
feet
right.
up.
That's right. Okay, yeah, I need to give it a. I'm gonna give it an altitude thingy. You said 90 feet. There we go. So +2 for charging. Okay. Shieldless 3 versus AC 2 is a miss. You only miss by 1.
Oh, I forgot to add the Hero's Feast. I'll reroll.
Okay.
Still no.
Damn. Okay. The Kidate Gainin is going to take another shot, called shot with her repeating crossbow. Let's see. Yeah, that's short range. Yeah. And same elevation. And -4 for a called shot. No damage, roll modifier. 6 versus AC2 is a miss. Alright, the Gargantua to the north. It's going to make a left claw attack against Ashriel. Does he have stone skin?
Yeah.
Okay, so it makes 3 attacks against Ashriel, shattering 3 stone skins. What's the level of the
13.
caster? Okay. So left claw, right claw, bite. And the other kaiju is going to attack Varen. Is Varen covered by stone skin?
I think so. Let me double check that routine. Ah, that's a no.
Okay, left claw against Varen. Shorter melee, same elevation. No mod. And no mod. It's turtle AC. So 1 versus AC -10 is a miss. And then the right claw against Varen. Shorter melee, same elevation, no mod, no mod. Turtle AC, he managed a crit. Negative, oh no, that's, nope, because it's only -14, it's not -15. It needs to beat his AC by 5. I don't understand why it's still doing that. So, he only takes 21 damage, or sorry, he only takes 6 damage, not 31.
That's a good difference.
Yes, 6 damage. And then the bite. Against Varen. Shorter melee, same elevation. No mod. No mod. -1 versus -10 is a miss.
Alright.
First multiple attack is the Ronin Ishani Furose. And he uses a high mastery key attack with his katana, two-handed. Hiya! Shorter melee, same elevation. No mod. No mod. -7 beats AC2, front shieldless. Damage is 15 as he slices into the Godzilla's leg. Gojira! Karen Glor. Die,
Now
Gojira!
with Blade Song and Hero's Feast.
Alright, -8 beats AC2. You cause 17 damage. That's the north one, right?
Yes.
Alright, go and describe how you kill him.
Oh, damn.
Yeah!
He like leans over his horse and he's like, I guess he's like as high as the thing's lower shin. So he like gets right there in the opening of that bone and just like breaks it so that he's cutting all kinds of
Blood
nerves
vessels,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, blood vessels, and the thing topples down and partly dies under its own weight.
Yeah. So there's this like, and
And then I guess Aaron
Go
will
ahead.
take the rest of his movement.
yeah, go ahead. And blood should probably go everywhere because it's a lot of blood coming out of that creature's legs right there. All right, Anatar.
I'm gonna take his movement. I don't think he's gonna get there, but let's find out. Nah, he'll only get that far.
Okay. The female Ronin, the sister Ishani Kojewa, uses her key attack with her katana two-handed. High mastery, shorter melee, same elevation, no mod. mod. No mod. Oh, no crit. Shieldless, -1. Beats AC 2 for 18 damage. And the avatar of Lao Tzu is going to attack him with his staff again. Quarterstaff. Shorter melee, same elevation. No mod. To hit or damage. Why? Probably because I changed. Okay. Probably because I put a comma in the stupid thing here. Oh, no, it just was lagging. Okay. Alright, shield is 3 versus AC 2 is a miss. Damn it, Varen.
He is gonna come with the sword, and then a talent. That's wrong sword.
Alright, -5 beats AC 2 for 19. Slashing. And Ashriel. Any movement left?
Out of movement. Yeah, he's out.
Okay, Moen.
Did hit him with a
Alright.
talent as well.
Oh yeah, go ahead with the Talon. Go ahead, yeah.
He did alright.
Oh yeah, that's a miss. 3 versus 2. And Moen.
Oh, I was just looking at the wrong line. I would have even pointed it out.
Second swing.
Alright, -8 beats AC 2, but it's only for 7 damage this time. As he hacks into Godzilla's leg. Zalmond.
Nalman has a movement left, but not enough to get to the other creatures, so he's just going to get as far as he can, and that'll be it.
Alright, so the Kidate Guinin is going to take another cold shot with her repeating crossbow. Chocono. And it is short range, same elevation. -4 to hit. And no damage modifier. Shield is 15 versus AC 2 is a miss. Next up is Varen's third sword attack.
What up?
-11 versus AC 2 hits. You cause 18 damage slashing. -18. And we're going to have to end the session there because I got to take my girlfriend to work. I'm going to give you guys experience for 1 Reptilian Gargantua before we leave. 1 Reptilian Gargantua. Reptilian Gargantua are worth a lot of experience points.
They're tough SOB.
43,000 points. That's like a great worm red dragon, basically. Number of player characters is 3. Number of, let's see, NPCs is 10. Creatures defeated was 1 hit dice per creature. I think they actually have 50 hit dice. Yeah. They have 50 hit dice, but they don't have the Thaco to back it up because they have what I like to call dinosaur Thaco, which is a minimum of 5 Thaco. So their Thaco goes down as long as it doesn't go lower than 5. So basically, once they hit level 15, it just stops. Number of warriors and bards in the party is 7. And that's how the dinosaurs are, and that's how the Gargantua are for some reason. I think it's just like really, really big creatures. That's how it is, except for the Tarrasque. So there you go. There's some nice little chunk of XP. So we got a lot of role playing done today, some gifting, and a good little encounter with some kaiju, as I like to call them. Okay, did anyone gain a level?
Not for me.
Okay.
None for me.
I don't believe so, no.
All right. Any feedback for me? Real quick.
A pleasure.
Okay. For our viewers, thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you like who we are and like what we do, I strongly urge you to explore our links below. If you're watching this live on Twitch, there are links to our Patreon, our PayPal, our Discord, and among other things. And there's a link to join the game if you want to play the game with us. It is a pay-to-play game, so it's for Patreons only. $10 level or higher will get you a spot in the game. And then on the Discord, there is a special channel that I like to chill in while I'm doing world building streams. That is for Discord patrons only. And if you pledge $1 or higher, you get access to that Discord channel. You can come in and talk to me while I'm doing world building stuff. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'm gonna try to raid into somebody. We got Dorktails, Skagith, my brother from another mother. Yeah, we're gonna raid into Skagith if he'll take us. Sometimes they don't want raids. Yeah, looks like we can raid into Skagith in about 7 seconds. And if you're watching and trying to accrue points, if you stay with the raid, you get an extra 200 points. Here we go. Bye-bye. Okay.